A warm welcome to your Barbados Today Evening News Update for Friday, October 8th. The High Court today dismissed the claims brought against the state challenging the constitutionality of government's COVID-19 protocols. The matters were brought by Senator Caswell Franklin and businessman Adrian Kelman and Benson Straker. Kelman challenged the COVID-19 monitoring unit's closure of his Thornbury Hill Christchurch bar, while Benson Straker sued the Attorney General and Commissioner of Police Tyrone Griffith, alleging they acted unlawfully and beyond their legal power of authority in enforcing the Emergency Management Amendment Act, which governs the directives. Justice Jacqueline Cornelius found no merit in the 13 grounds presented to the court. The appointment of a new Commissioner of Police and a Deputy Commissioner are firmly in the hands of the Protective Services Commission. That's the assurance from Attorney General Dale Marshall, who says he's happy that Commissioner Tyrone Griffith will stay put until November, while Deputy Commissioner Orwell Williams will remain in office until month end.
We feel that the level of skills of the individuals concerned are such that we want to retain them in the force for as much time as possible, and therefore we have asked them to stay on until in one case until the end of October, in another case, in the case of Deputy Commissioner, until the 18th of October. There's nothing unusual about that practice. It has happened before. In relation to the selection of Commissioner of Police, that office was advertised some months ago, and I have no lawful authority or responsibility for the police, for the Protective Services Commission, but my understanding is that interviews are scheduled in the very near future, so that I expect that in the shortest possible time they'll be able to make a recommendation as to who should take over the mantle of the Royal Barbados Police Force. But it's not a matter that requires any speculation.
He insisted that it's not a matter that requires speculation, saying the leadership of the Royal Barbados Police Force will remain in good hands.
We have a significant cadre of fine individuals who currently lead the force. One of the things that this administration has taken seriously is the question of training police officers. As we speak, 5 police officers are currently doing immerse training with the Durham Constabulary in England. Our senior police officers have received very little training in recent years. There was a time when occasionally a senior officer would go to some place called Bramshill for training, but that hasn't happened. The last administration fell down tremendously in that. So we are now trying to fill a deficit, but we are satisfied. We just appointed assistant commissioners, a cadre of fine officers. So I think the leadership of the force is going to be in very safe hands.
A new fisheries regulation currently in the works may see limits being placed on the size and weight of fish that can be caught by fishermen. This was revealed today by Minister of Maritime Affairs and the Blue Economy, Kurt Humphrey, as he addressed the reopening of the Tent Bay Fisheries Complex in St. Joseph. Humphrey said the regulation is necessary as it aims to balance productivity and sustainability in the fishing sector.
Because it's going to require in some cases that we change the way we fish. It's going to require in some cases that we put limits onto what fish can be caught, the weights and so on, the size. These are the conversations that we are having.
There will be no sea egg harvesting this year. Minister Humphrey made clear that investigations into the island's sea egg stocks were not positive, and as a result, Barbadians will have to forego the local delicacy for the time being.
This year has been one of the lowest on record in terms of what we've seen. The number of sea eggs in fact, the divers said in many cases there were no eggs. There were no sea eggs. And the ones that they saw, they were very immature. So we could not possibly open sea egg season this year because it doesn't make sense. As a matter of fact, when we did it last time, nearing the end of the actual season, the amount of young sea eggs that we started seeing again told me that the bulk, the mature ones were already taken. So this year there will be no sea egg season. I know there's a video making its way all over social media that suggests that there are persons, I think it was in Concept Bay, who were catching and selling sea eggs. That video is very old. I think it's 4 years old, I'm told. And so it's an old video, and the truth is that video started circulating after I said that there was no season. So it is just somebody who's up to mischief, trying to give the impression that people are breaking the law.
He added that the Coastal Zone Management Unit is investigating what's affecting the island's sea egg stock.
We believe that there is a seaweed that has also gone, that the sea egg, the urchins, properly called, used to feed on. Can we replace the seaweed? How is it possible? Are there nutrients in the water that weren't there before? So we're investigating with the coastal zone management to determine what is actually causing the decline in the sea eggs, which hopefully when we settle that, then we're in a position to have a much bigger bounty for everyone to enjoy.
In today's COVID-19 update, a total of 301 new cases of the virus was reported by the Best de Santos Public Health Laboratory from 2,334 tests on Thursday. The new positives consist of 141 males and 160 females. Of these, 81 individuals are under the age of 18 and the other 220 are 18 years and older. There are 553 persons in isolation facilities and 1,951 in home isolation. Overall, Barbados has recorded 10,383 confirmed COVID-19 cases since March 2020. The number of lives lost to the virus is 88. Under the national vaccination program, 48.4% of the eligible population are fully vaccinated.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news, Tobagonians are ready to go to the polls on December 6. Citizens have been sharing their views with TTT News.
One man said a properly established assembly is needed to treat with Tobago's issues.
We definitely need change. It's not so much about change of party, but change of a group of people with a different thinking and way of doing things.
A Scarborough resident lamented unemployment is a major issue in Tobago, which needs to be addressed. He says he's looking forward to casting his vote on December 6th.
This election is a very, 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 very tight election. I voting, but I wouldn't say who I voting for through victimization or whatever the case may be now, you know. But besides the election, we need help.
A Delaford resident believes it is long overdue.
I'm glad. Well, because it's time. It's since January that it's like this. So things will work out and everything should be all right.
And one woman expressed excitement to return to the polls.
And I'm happy we is going back to the poll to break that 6-6. You understand me? If there were the 15 seats, that's all. We will go through the polls, that's all. But I will be there and party now starting tongue.
On the international front, most of the world's nations have signed up to a historic deal to ensure big companies pay a fair share of tax. Some 136 countries agreed to enforce a corporate tax rate of at least 15%, as well as a fair system of taxing profits where they are earned. It follows concerns that multinational companies are rerouting their profits through low-tax jurisdictions to cut their bills. Critics say a 15% rate is too low and firms will get around the rules. That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.